Hello, dear tutor and partners. My name is Paola Sarmiento, and tonight I will present to you my final exam for the course Teaching English to Adolescents and Adults. The idea of this presentation is to talk to you about a lesson plan that I have created with some materials to present the present simple, more specifically reporting past events, to an 11th grade course with B1 intermediate level. So the materials we're going to see and the lesson plan we're going to see is based especially in multimedia aids such as videos and presentations, PowerPoint presentations, and images. And the idea is to make the students understand the topic and for them to be able to produce language and practice language interacting with multimedia aids. So for the first stage of this lesson, we're going to see an activity which is a warm-up activity created to set the mood and the right environment to start the class. And this warm-up activity will be presented through a task that the students will develop by watching a movie clip from a comedy show called Mr. Bean. As we can see on the screen, the movie clip is called The Exam, and it presents a very funny scene which the students will have to describe along with the video in present simple. And the idea of this is to obviously relax the student and set the mood, but also check previous knowledge as the present simple, so we can start talking on the actual topic, which is reporting past events. After doing the warm-up activity, which is around 15 minutes, we're going to go with the presentation activity. And in this stage of the lesson, the teacher will present a short video with the instructors and examples of how the past simple works. And we can see here a screenshot of the movie clip, the video, presenting the verb to be in past and how can you use it in different tenses, and also the instructor. The teacher here is going to be pausing the video and explaining with the video and the images on the video, explaining the structure and the grammar forms for the present simple, and giving obviously the introduction for the topic we are taking here, which is the past simple. After the presentation, which is around 15 minutes also, the teacher will go to the practice phase. And in this stage of the lesson, the students will have to practice what they have already seen through also making a task of interacting with another short video and a PowerPoint presentation. So through the PowerPoint presentation, the teacher will ask the students to repeat the pronunciation of some examples and some exercises, and also throughout flashcards in the PowerPoint presentation, they will have to form and indicate what will be the right form for a sentence in past simple. After that, they will watch a video of this show, Mr. Bean, using the same, pretty much the same show, the comedy show. And in this movie clip, they will see the daily routine of Mr. Bean in past simple. So at the moment when they see the actions coming out on the screen, they will have to repeat out loud and pronunciate, and at the same time trying to give a translation, or trying to give the meaning of what he is doing based on the image they're seeing as we see on the screen. And after this, we're going to pass on the production phase. For this stage of the lesson, the students will have to produce language, and they will have to put into action what they're actually learning at this moment, and they will have to report past events. The first thing we're going to do is a writing activity, and in this writing activity, the students will have to write a short story describing what they did the last weekend. And this will be based on the model that we see on Mr. Bean's daily routine. So following the model of the video, the students will have to produce writing language using past simple to present what they did last weekend, their daily routines in the past. Alright, and after this, they will have also to produce by speaking. And you can check as a teacher, you can check here the speaking skills. We will present the students an image on the screen of an historical event, something that happened in the past. In this case, we will present this one, which is the landing of man on the moon. And the idea is for the students to describe orally what happened during that moment. So they will try to use the past structures to describe what happened in this historical event and what they see, what they think would happen on this historical event. This will also take them to produce language, not just reading, but orally. Finally, we will have the assignment phase. And the idea is for the students to have a homework in which they can reproduce what they have seen as a material during the class, which is using videos to learn English. So in this case, they will have to record themselves speaking about their last vacations. So they will have to describe how they spent the moment in their last vacations orally by speaking and recording themselves and sending to the teacher by email. As a final activity, the consolidation activity, the teacher in the last few minutes of the class will ask questions about how they felt the class was, how they felt using the videos, how they felt describing the images, and how they feel is important for them to use material as this. So in this moment, the teacher will check the knowledge and doing the assessment by asking questions to the students, and they will have to speak to the teacher. They will have to tell the teacher how the class was using the structures of past tense. And finally, the assessment moment will be actually throughout the class. And the idea is for the teacher to be checking in the formative evaluations, the formative activities, and as a final summative activity, he will check out the writing, and he will also put some students reading out loud at certain moments, just to check the listening skills and also to check the grammar use they're actually doing. So the assessment will be all throughout the class. And this will be the end of our lesson plan. I hope it can be reaching for you, and this will give you ideas for future presentations. Thank you very much for paying attention and for watching. I'll see you next time. This was Paola Sarmiento. Have a good night.